Hello everyone and welcome to Rishabh Dhanuka Gaming. Today I'm going to talk about Switch's Force Pro. I'm kind of disappointed. So this is not the first time the Switch has done this kind of shit. They've previously pulled out a lot of features and reduced the graphics a lot. I mean, they have excellent graphics when it comes to first party titles, whether it's the Mario or I think it would be Zelda. Obviously, Zelda has one of the biggest worlds, one of the most interactive worlds, and it still plays good on the original Switch and the Switch OLED. But my concerns are with I would say third party titles that are launching on Switch and games that are porting from different consoles onto Switch, or games that are too modern for Switch. I would say not primarily optimized for Switch, that are made graphic intensive games like made for PC, the PS5, the Xbox Series X, Series S, and the upcoming Xbox and PlayStation consoles. Kept in mind, these can be a hard to port, and I think Switch should stay in its niche and not try to spread out too much into the genre like of games that it cannot support based on what hardware it is. Although the Switch OLED was released in 2021, which was not that like long ago, and they could have worked on the hardware and maybe built a new Switch, like not a new Switch, but like they could have used an improved version of the chipset with the OLED to make it a little bit better. I mean, it's not a completely waste of money. The OLED is very pleasing to play and has a less borders. I think less margins in this screen itself. And of course, you have the Switch Lite. I'm not going to go on the Switch Lite because it's just for basic gaming. It's not, you cannot play intensively because you cannot like put it on the dock and charge it and play it with the controller at the same time. And there's a lot of issues with that as well. So let's say let me compare it to my own mobile device right here. This is a Samsung FE like 20, S20 FE 5G. This released in 2021, and it released I think prior to the like after the Switch. And I could pull up the dates. I can just go on the internet and pull up the dates, and it released I guess way back. uh, this has a Snapdragon 865 chipset, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and this is a much more compact device. I mean, I think it's cheaper than the Switch. When I bought it, it was cheaper than the Switch. The Switch is I guess 40,000, where this shit is 35K. Uh, It's the old model, obviously. It's a revamped of the old model. It's a and S20 FE, but it's the 5G version of it. It has cellular features, much other features. It has cameras. It has a USB Type C, wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, and all the necessary bullshit. But it's way cheaper than the Switch OLED. And this device can play games like hell. Like it can emulate PS2 games, PS3 games, and PSP games, and it can still give a decent battery life, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, and at least it works. I mean, I'm not saying it's as capable as the new iPhone chipset, the iPhone 15, not iPhone 15, iPhone 15 Pro. The iPhone 15 still has the old chipset, but like the iPhone 15 Pro is on a different level. I'm not going to compare to that. It's quite expensive as well. So it's as expensive as buying two PlayStations. So I'm not going to compare to that. I'm going to compare it with the same similar price stuff, such as this one. And I see that it doesn't perform as well as I mean, I can show you the gameplay. I can show you a lot of stuff. I'll just put on the gameplay on the screen and you can see it.
Round one. Fight.
But the main thing is that I'm disappointed that with the new Mortal Kombat, which is a wonderful, visually immersive game, they have downgraded it so far and so beneath that it nothing looks nothing like the original Mortal Kombat, like original game. I mean, some argue that it looks even worse than the PS2 version of Mortal Kombat. Like, I'm gonna put the PS2 version and the Nintendo Switch version side by side, and you can see that the PS2 version will look much better, and the Nintendo will look like shit. I mean, if you compress the PS2 version in a 7-inch screen, HD screen, it will look much visually appealing than originally created Mortal Kombat X for the Switch. It's so downgraded. This is not the first time the Switch has downgraded their games. You can understand like how they release Payday 2, and I mean Payday 2 has an offline mode, so obviously you can play with bots and stuff like that. But with the co-op version of it, you didn't have voice chat. Like what the fuck? How hard is it to release a voice chat and plug in a headphone and detect the headphone with a microphone in it? Like what the fuck, Switch? And the other big downfall was that it tried to release WWE back in 2018. I think the WWE 2K18 was the last attempt at porting WWE, and that was also shit. I mean, I can show you the game right here. But the thing is, it does it good when it does it for its first party titles or its own brand titles, like I would say Zelda Breath of the Wild, Zelda Tears of Kingdom. It even did good for Sonic. It's good at Mario. But I don't know why it's going like out of its niche where the people that love Switch play its own games. They have to port other platform games that are highly intensive for like spec, like they have intense graphics, intense visuals, and has insane amount of game mechanics that you cannot port into a smaller device with a chipset that's back from 2017, I think. The chipset that's on use on the Switch is pretty old, even for a modern device. Although this one released after the Switch was released, so I think they should do it at least better than this phone. And I mean, this phone is pretty cheap. It has calling features. It has charging, reverse charging, wireless reverse charging, and all the other bullshit. It has NFCs, for obvious 5G set, and a lot of other stuffs. And it has a Samsung's 2K display, 2K AMOLED display, which is also very like expensive. So I can understand why Switch is trying to milk all the money while being so shitty. And the worst thing is, it's not on a it's not on a physical disc. You cannot buy the physical disc. You have to buy it digitally. And the Switch store policy I'm gonna show you right now shows that if you buy a digital copy, you cannot return it. So basically, people who have bought the $70 Switch game of Mortal Kombat 1 completely stuck with it. And you know what the worst thing is? That fucking piece of crap that I showed you right here, it cost you 70 fucking dollars. You're like, what? That's crazy, right? Yeah, that is crazy. This is the game market scenario. This is the reason why people hate Nintendo Sims. This is the reason why all the different there are console wars and stuff like that. People try to like talk trash about other consoles doing dipshit, whereas they won't try to talk about and boycott companies when they do this kind of bullshit. And that's ridiculous. I've called out Nintendo previously for other dumb fucking shit, like of course the RDR. Obviously, they have released an RDR on Nintendo, and it's the same fucking graphics, and even worse, it's locked at 30 frames for a fucking PS3 slash Xbox game. Like what the fuck? You can't even like port it and like make it native 60 frames on a Nintendo fucking Switch. That fucking thing works on my phone in 60 frames, and my phone is not even that powerful. Like what the fuck? And Nintendo Switch had its time to redeem itself while it released the Nintendo OLED. It could have upgraded the chipset, it could have upgraded the storage, it could have upgraded a million things, but no. It tried to keep the thing in the same price bracket, I think, but at the end it failed. And I'm really disappointed in Nintendo, and I'm really disappointed in the gamer that still support Nintendo for their decisions. See, if a company if a company does something good, I'll praise it. But if the company does something shitty, I will not appreciate it, and I would like you guys to stand with me. So, gamers, stop taking bullshit from game developers and game console developers and game console companies, and stand up when the things are going wrong. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you like this video, found this interesting. If so, press the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll meet soon in the next video. Till then, peace out.